a number of other assignments. For the Court of Honor, this meeting, the scout who has earned the scout rank is Sumaya Alam.
Would the mother of the or the father to come forward, please? Yes. So
Scouts start to learn and get ready for the adventures which comes with scouting. We have another scout who earned the scout rank, and Jibril, please come forward. Next rank, Tenderfoot. Excuse me. Tenderfoot requirements offer a taste of the great adventure waiting you in scouting, and can give you the basic skills you need to begin taking part in those great and absolutely fun adventures. We have 4 scouts who have completed this rank. Iman Zia,
stay here.
Shiza Rao, Farhan, and Abdul Rahman. In star rank, we have Roy Hassan,
more right before the eagle, and if you all like one by one can speak for a minute, what are your goals about getting the eagle merit badge, what you're working on, anything in your mind about the eagle project, right? So just give us some insight.
So I myself do not have a clear exact plan on what my Eagle project is going to be, but what if I will be doing, will be something for my local community. So right now my goal is to get all the Eagle merit badges done and then work on my project so I could dedicate the time towards the project and make it a meaningful project to my community.
He's gonna work on the pod, he's gonna do a very good job. I like Rayon. I have like similar ideas. I'm gonna help my community, my local community. I have a lot of the school that I used to go to, Beit Iman. I want to like help them out, so I'm probably gonna do something help them out. So my local community, I'm gonna focus on that. And my Eagle project, I'm most likely gonna try to complete during this summer since I'm gonna have most time there. So yeah.
People say that this is the last rank advancement before Eagle, but it's just half of it, as there's so many more requirements left for me to do until I reach Eagle. You know, finishing my merit badges, completing my Eagle project, inshallah. And I hope to finish that either next year or when I get to 12th grade. My Eagle project, I think I'll be doing something to help out the community. You know, just like how someone else did before, they distributed masks out during COVID time. I'll probably do something similar, but since COVID has died down a little bit, maybe I'll go help out the public library, inshallah. And yeah. Thank you.
Not just rank advancements, we have certain scouts who were not able to get ranks, but they did earn some merit badges. Muhammad Rahman, Yusuf Khan, and Yasin.
So yes, the Scout has been very actively, every year they want to do the parking lot, repaint the striping, the white paint, and getting it done and clean up the place, clean the masjid, clean the parking lot. Alhamdulillah, they've been doing good work here, and not only here, but at Al Arqam and different places. So keep up the good work and continue the good work, Brother Arif and Brother Haytham and the rest of the crew, inshallah.
I like this. For everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Patrick Kelly. I'm the new district executive for Middlesex District here with Monmouth Council. So I'm the council support to all the units out there. It's always great to get these invites to the Court of Honors. I love seeing the Scouts working hard, earning their awards, their Scout ranks, their merit badges, hearing what they might have planned for the Eagle projects as they keep going. One word of advice, as I've seen many go through, start thinking of those plans now while you're working on your merit badges, because boy, does turning 18 sneak up on you faster than you think. But other than that, one other big thing I always like to talk about is we have a great number of youth here. Troops like this can't work without you parents. So real fast, Scouts, I just want you to give a round of applause to all your parents here for everything they do for you and all that support. Without you, units can't work. You can't go on trips, you can't go to meetings, they can't drive yet, or at least most of them can't drive yet, or well, we don't want them driving out there on these roads. So with that, without you guys, you are really the backbone to the units. The Scouts can't earn their ranks as they go through, and they also have to look up to their role models, their leaders. After first class, so your Star, Life, and Eagle ranks are all leadership positions. For the Scouts, when they are earning that rank, they have to hold 6 months of a leadership position in the troop to help work with their peers to do it. Their role models are you. Something with that as well is there are also adult leadership positions in units going through that is a great way to give back to not just your own kid to make sure they do great, but to all of the kids here. Everyone here, you are a community, we're all a community. It works great, but it can't work without that. I always like to use a perfect example. So I was a Scout not that too long ago over in Troop 90 in South Brunswick. So I'm from this area and all that. My greatest memory I always like to talk about here is going to be, that connection I made with my dad through scouting. We all like to think, the kid, we're going to stay small forever, we do that. And then we go through those teenage years and we're like, I don't want to deal with my parents anymore, they're always watching me this. But that little bit of time you get to spend with them through scouting, while we don't think of it now as being that impactful and meaningful, I can guarantee to say that it is. My greatest memory is going to be Aqua Camporee. I don't know if you know of it. It is a district camporee that is run by Troop 90, and all the parents take on a station in that and run it. My dad does the fish fry station. It is a station where they give you a fish and you have to prepare it and cook it over an open fire. Well, it's a tough one. It gets you gritty. Young kids are working with the fish. You're like, oh, I don't want to touch this. I don't want to cook it. You're working with the whole fish there. And it's a great learning experience, but now you build through it. And now I look back on it, one thing I still do with my dad every year is run the fish fry station with him, looking back on it, because he stepped up and took on that one role and did that one thing. Every year, that's something that we can connect over. There's many different things you can go through. My dad has gone on backpacking trips with us, and I've left him in the dust as I've powered along on the trail, and my dad was bringing up the caboose with everyone else. To him, that was a great memory and that was a great moment. And to me, I knew he was there. I knew he was supporting me as I went through it. There are many different ways that you can support it. My dad took a very active role in the unit of being present, being seen out there. But there are many other roles that you guys can help support. There's definitely people out there who love math and love writing. Maybe not both at the same time, but those are also roles that can help support. Units do need, treasurers, things like that. Don't want to bore you with the logistics. The scouts are like, oh, what is all this? But, there's a lot going out there. That support, if you have anything that can help them, will help make this unit a more efficient machine running forward so your scouts have an easier path to go. If you think about it, I'll use an aircraft carrier here. You adults are going to be that aircraft carrier, that ship that they go, and they are the planes taking off, going on their journeys of life. Eventually they will leave you, but they are going to come back, and you want to make sure they have the easiest time taking off and the easiest time coming back. Taking on adult leadership roles in units are going to be a huge thing to really help that. It's a way for you guys to make sure they have a place that is safe for them to leave and go off and take these adventures as they go out to these camps. You guys have heard gone out to summer camp. That is a week-long journey that they are going out without you and limited parental watching, and it is a great learning and development. But there's so many logistics that go into that you guys can take a role in without them even noticing. And that's why I like to kind of mention it here for the scouts to know that. That's why I also have to applaud you guys. There are so many things that your parents are doing for you guys that you don't even see. That is a huge step that makes your journey successful. As the Eagle Scout Project, something you also work on with that is going to be, managing your peers to work on that project, that community service hours as you're leading everyone else. But then they also get to learn that experience of working with adults. See, there's always that feedback. There's going to be people, you can look at me, you can look at everyone I work with. I work with the parents now, and you can see that difference there. Scouting prepared me for that journey because as I went on my progress through scouting, it put me in situations where I had to work with those community figures out there. As you're doing that Eagle Project, you're talking to the principals of the schools. You're talking to, I guess the president of a library? Who runs a library? Yeah, president of a library. I think that's who's on the board. They have a board of trustees. You're talking with them as you're doing the service projects. You got to talk to businesses, things like that. Your input, no matter how small, has a meaningful impact into these scouts. So I would like to just kind of end this with, your scouts are dedicated. I see the effort. I love looking it out there. You guys can come out there and support them as well. If you do have any other questions, you always have your great adult leaders here. Ask them, hey, what can I do? Maybe dedicate 1 hour a month of doing, hey, can I do this for you guys? I can't, we have troop meetings. Do you have troop meetings on this night usually? All right, no? Okay, not here, but still on Fridays, right?
Yes.
Maybe you usually can't make Fridays. Maybe you can do something on a Wednesday night for them and dedicate that little bit of time. Give back to this troop because you guys are amazing. You're crushing it. You have a wholesome community. And I immediately, as I walked in here, I realized how welcoming and a great place it was to be. And you can make that better as we invite more people in. Think about the benefits your scouts are getting from this, and think about how you can help give that to more youth as well. That is the spirit of scouting. Eagle Project they're talking about, I want to give back to my community. This is your chance as well to give back to that community, to help support them, and be that example that they need to see so they can get the rank of Eagle. With that, I'm going to pass it on to my district commissioner here, Jeff Scott. Hopefully I didn't steal everything he wanted to say. I don't think so. I talked a lot. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Hi, just briefly. My name is Jeff Scott. I'm the district commissioner. So while Patrick is the district executive and he's the professional that we turn to help us run the program, I'm your commissioner. So I'm the guy that works with you to develop the program, to make sure you got all the information you need, you understand the program, and you offer it to the kids. And so I was going to talk about a little something different, but I think Patrick inspired me with the kind of a story with your parents. But I have to say, coming in here, you have a lot of great scouts. We have younger scouts, you have the older scouts, and as I go to different units, so I support about 50 units in Middlesex, the southern part of Middlesex district. So we're out there talking a lot of units, and really, the saddest and toughest part of this job is to go to units where there's a lot of kids, and they're really interested, because we're always recruiting scouts. And we're always trying to, recruit the scouts. But honestly, the harder part is recruiting the adults to get them involved, because it's, there's a lot of roles to play, and there's a lot that needs to be done to support these scouts. So, there's, as Patrick said, there's lots and lots of roles to play. Interestingly, I grew up right on this block. I grew up on this block.
Wow.
So right in that other room over there, when it was the house, I had catechism, religion instruction right in that other room. So it's kind of like surreal to be here back here. But so my quick story when you talked about your dad. So I have 3 boys. I have 3 boys. They're all Eagle Scouts. They're all out of the program, and yes, I'm still here. I love scouting. But as I think back, I'm one of 8. So I'm number 7 of 8. So there's like 20 years between me and my older brother, and then all of us in between. And my dad was a Scoutmaster in the early 60s, and my oldest brother is an Eagle Scout. I'm not an Eagle Scout, but I did go through the program. And my dad, he was a former Marine, and like I said, he was a Scoutmaster in the 60s. And so he was very, very active. So years go by, he's done with the program, and around the 80s, I come through, and I was in Cub Scouts. I did the whole Cub Scout thing. And then when I got into Boy Scouts, I was in a troop that didn't really have strong leaders. And unfortunately, the troop fell apart. And so I never, I didn't make Eagle. I got to, I don't know, maybe tenderfoot. But I remember my dad saying that he just couldn't go through it again. And I didn't really understand. I understood he couldn't do it all again, but it didn't really strike me exactly what he meant until I became a Scoutmaster. Then I understood what he meant, that he couldn't go through it all again. But what my dad did do when I was a Scout, he did go on those campouts. He was the person that, kind of kept the camp, had that leadership or, an adult supervision there. He did do border reviews. So as I look back, he did a lot of things without being involved. He told me he couldn't do it again, but there were easy, simple things that you can do without, overcommitting. So that's the message and the trick of all this is to get enough hands involved so you can kind of spread that workload and make it easier for everyone. Because really, at the end of the day, you look at these faces, these kids here, and you want them to get that program, and that's why we're here. We're here to offer the program to as many young Scouts as we can. So with that, again, our message, and we would encourage you all to ask the folks here, what you can do to help and to be a part of this great program, and why. Not for for you or for them, but for these guys out here, whether it's your son or your daughter, or your friend's son and daughter. So, with that, if you ever have any questions, we're always here to help and support. So, thank you for all you do for scouting. We appreciate it.
Spend those, winter break is coming, do some homework. What are your ideas? Bring it to the paper, discuss with your leaders so that you can actually start materializing those ideas into something tangible you can really want to do for your community. So 7 Eagle projects, 7 board of reviews going to one with council and hoping that into next year.
I like to see your applications go on my desk.
Right. And lastly, that troop meetings are continuing to happen still at Darul Arqam because of the ongoing construction at East Brunswick Center. So, as everyone, other leaders have emphasized that, okay, we would love to have help from the parent. So whatever you can help with, any logistics, any paperwork, do reach out to us, inshallah, and then help the troop. We do have girls troop, as you have seen that, okay, we are advanced. We have started this, just started last year. In fact, this year, like we have January, February time frame. We started as just first year, so we hope to that grow as well. Yeah. So we have food item before you depart, but before we end the closing ceremony.